Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to be observing a matrix and we're going to utilize the RREF, and that is row reduced echelon form in linear algebra. Here we have a matrix of -1, 1, -1, 2, -3, 2. Here we see 3 rows and 2 columns, so this is a 3 by 2 matrix. The object is to reduce the matrix all the way down to attempt to get the identity matrix. The first step, we want to do row 2 minus row 1. In the very opening matrix, row 2 is -1 and 2. So, to calculate row 2 minus row 1, we do an observation and look at row 1, and in row 1 we see -1, 1. So, to calculate, we do -1 minus -1, and that gives us 0, and 2 minus 1 gives us 1. So in the next matrix underneath, it should say -1, 1, 0, 1, -3, 2. Now we want to look at row 1 and row 3. Now we need to get a 0 at the beginning of row 3. Now we need to multiply row 1 by -3 and then add it to row 3. So again, multiply row 1 by -3 and add it to row 3. So -3 times -1 is 3, and then add it to the first number in row 3, which gives you 0. And then -3 times 1 gives you -3, plus 2 will give you -1. So now it will read -1, 1, 0, 1, 0, -1. Now we want to do row 2 plus row 3. And in row 2, you should see 0, 1. And in row 3, 0, -1. So you do 0 plus 0, that's going to give you 0. And 1 plus -1 will give you 0. So now in row 3, you have all zeros. So the new matrix is going to state -1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Now we want to do row 1 minus row 2. So now in row 1 we have -1, 1, and then in row 2, 0, 1. So -1 minus 0 gives you -1 again, and 1 minus 1 gives you 0. So now in the new matrix, we should see -1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Now the object of the first number is to be 1, and here we see it is -1. So we must do an elementary row operation, and dividing by a number doesn't count. You have to multiply by the fraction that equals to being something divided by. So if you look at -1, anyone could say -1 divided by -1 is 1, but in linear algebra and matrix operations, you're not allowed to do that. So you have to say multiply row 1 by 1 divided by -1. So -1 times 1 divided by -1 gives you 1. And so now it's going to be 1, 0, and then 0, 1, 0, 0. Now this matrix has been completed, and as you see, it is now in its row reduced echelon form. If you need math tutoring, please text me for math help at 559-744-3169. Please donate to my Cash App with the $sign up front, MLBFan. Again, my Cash App is with the $sign up front, MLBFAN. Thank you so much.